Welcome to the Saved by the Bell podcast, and today a very special guest of mine, Lindy Chen, is from China Direct Sourcing is your main business, but she also created this wonderful platform called Frethan. Now, what she's been doing with China Direct Sourcing is partnering with the Canton Fair and other businesses in China. You're from China originally, but she's basically been saving over $100,000 for small developers and this sort of stuff on a house bill, which is pretty well sometimes up to about 70% of the cost of materials and things like that. So it's a wonderful platform. So I just want to talk to Lindy today about what over 50 business owners in Australia struggle with, and what can we teach the kids at school to help them with?
Well, quite often we find that, the business owner, like over 50, sometimes they do have the fear of the unknown, or they get used to the certain way of doing things, and they fear of the new technology, fear of the new territory, and the fear of new opportunities. So, with this type of things, it created a tremendous opportunity for the young people who just joined the workforce, who come to the new career, and take advantage of the situation such as technology, such as the China trend, such as the new crisis, and create a new opportunity to step in and to really utilize the innovation, the new opening, and the China-Australia relationship to create the wealth, create the career.
So obviously you don't have a fear of technology, and to the point where you're sort of involved in the blockchain community as well. So just explain how blockchain works and what's your experience with blockchain at the moment?
Well, basically, this is something quite often when a new terminology come up, it became a buzz and people feel very confused and they were also challenged. So to me, it put a very plain English. Blockchain is more like a protocol or infrastructure. You do not have to understand how it really works to use it. Giving you an example, if you're using email, you can easily to send the email to someone, receive the email. Doesn't have to understand the infrastructure behind the email. So the blockchain, come to the blockchain, the crypto like Bitcoin is only one of the application of the blockchain technology. There are many other uses and or application of the blockchain technology as well. So blockchain is the infrastructure set up, enable many applications to use. The Bitcoin is one of the application. So come to Frethan is the application for blockchain technology in supply chain. So we verify the supplier, we make sure the supplier on the blockchain, and also the whole process of international trade is blockchainized. And so therefore it created the trust, create that the international trade complexity can be solved by using Frethan to empowering the international buyer dealing with another seller over in China, for example, and to overcome the language barrier, international trade complexity, as well as lack of confidence or the trust fear.
The one thing with blockchain is when something goes into your like a transaction goes into your blockchain, you can't delete it like other storage facilities, and that's where I think it builds a lot of trust. So what happens when you say, for example, you do a deal with a supplier, they send you something, you ask for a refund, or they don't want to pay it or something like that. All of that information is stored in their block, and when they start dealing with new people, they can see that sort of thing. So how would you explain, what are the benefits of having that, the building trust, having access to that information, and they get to explain it? And is that an issue with something with the Chinese suppliers, is if someone's got a problem, they want to know about it because they want to fix it. They don't want to hide it. So that's why they're happy to use blockchain. Would that be a pretty well correct assumption?
Absolutely. One thing is in the international trade, especially for scammers and also those people who take advantage of international trade and scam your money away, because when they made that of activity, they can disappear very easily. But when it's on blockchain, they will stay there forever. So quite often, if they do want to like make a mistake or the scam your money, all the evidence is actually collected there, and it cannot be deleted. And not only that, China have what we call the internet court. And now when you're dealing with all the evidence collected by blockchain and submit all the evidence, the internet court can easily accept those evidence 10 times faster than a normal process. So therefore, use the blockchain-enabled evidence, collected all the information, can easily be submitted to internet court. And then, with the efficiency, with also much more like a ready available system to deal with that. So the reason with Frethan is we utilize those technology embedded in the process, and carefully selected, vetted the supplier, and documented the whole process, and then to empower the international buyer buying all those construction material with the confidence and with the efficiency, and also save the money and avoid those minefield, and make sure the whole procurement of construction material and saving money as the success.
So if they were ordering something through your system here and they haven't delivered to Australia before, you would say to them, oh, well, how do you know that it meets the standards, or would you just not order from them?
Exactly. So what happens is with us, we do not necessarily list every single supplier on our database. No, there are two partners we have. In the past 20 years, we've been in business for 20 years. We only have two partners in China. One is Alibaba, one is Canton Fair. However, you see on Alibaba, there are probably 40,000 suppliers on their database. But on Frethan, we only have, selected, shortlisted, vetted, probably 100 or 200 suppliers. That's number one. Number two, with all those suppliers, most of them, we have already visited them. We've been to their factory. They already have the proven history. And they dealt with our customer before. And we checked their quality, and we went to their factory. They have already supplied to the builders, developers in Australia. And then number three, when we say, they meet Australian standard, they not only just saying so, they actually have to produce the Australian standard certificate, which is done by third inspection party. And then, for example, all the construction material like windows, aluminum doors, they need to have Aussie like a standard. And then all the bathroomware, tapware, they need to have like code mark, watermark. And then to make sure those Australian standard compliance is in place.
But when I'm working, I've been delivering training to international students for 10 years. And the one thing they tell me is that even the skilled migrants that they come over here, it takes them 2 years to get a job in the field at the level that they were when they left their country. They're brought in here and they get an approved skills visa, but Australian companies don't want to recognise those skills. But if Australia's going to limit migration, shouldn't they be using the skilled migrants that they've got here, utilising them for their experience? When they're talking about China, it's mainly got to do with, they say, oh, it's a communist government, but it's not a communist government, it's a socialist government. So what's the difference in those two types of government that might be leading to a bit of this prejudice that we're hearing?
I understand where that particular understanding, where it's coming from. You see, China at the beginning does give people the impression because of the previous connection connected with the Soviet Union. However, since 1979, China started opening and reform. And that was like literally, I would say, 46 years ago. And then Chinese government made a very important slogan called, doesn't matter whether it's a white cat or it's a black cat. As long as the cat catches the mouse, it's a good cat. right? So this perfectly described socialism and also a communist party, or in a way is as long as the economy goes well and it doesn't matter what reason, and as long as it's working for Chinese government, it's okay. So that's how you see Chinese government are very adaptive, and especially Soviet Union dissolved. And for that, it gives a lot of alert to the Chinese government to realize they need to take a new stand, they need to take a new direction. That's why they created some political system for their own. And this adaptation is actually very, very friendly to Western culture and to Australian culture, especially China, Australia right now, I would say it's a honeymoon. They have the best political relationship, than ever before. And not only that, they created like a 30 days visa-free period, and also they give many like a free trade agreement. And especially in construction industry, I saw they give many items as zero import duty.
With employing someone from the multicultural community, doesn't that give you access to basically Chinese residents or Australian-born Chinese as well?
Well, I think, this is quite a unique thing about Australia, is multiculturalism. Even like before I come into Australia, I have never experienced such a thing. But come to Australia, this is a privilege as well as an opportunity, because it will open up like the many windows, and which we would never had it before. Only when I come to Australia, I realize I'm a Chinese.
Makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
So quite often, be able to speak two different language, understand two different culture, give me the access of two words. And also it create many opportunity as well. So for that, I think that's something we need to empower the migrants to want to come to Australia, and knowing what is possible and what's the access, and also what could be the right attitude. And those can all be trained. I think, that's probably as a training organization in that particular perspective should and could deliver as the greatest outcome. For myself as a first generation migrant, when I first come to Australia, Brett, I experienced exactly the same thing as you described. When I first arrived in Australia, I couldn't find a job. I'm highly educated, and I have a highly paid job. When I was in China, I was, high executive, and yet come to Australia, I couldn't even find a $10 an hour job. And I read like, I end up have to selling door to door, selling the movie tickets. And I, won 2 pair of my shoes, and I sold $100 movie tickets for like literally in 2 weeks, right?
And that's how you learn to sell, I guess.
And it's challenging, it's frustrating, and it's also quite disappointing. And then I go to apply for a reception job in a furniture shop, and they would say, Lindy, you are overqualified. So another one is you say, oh, Lindy, you don't have Australian experience. So this kind of things really, upsets me, and also disappoints me. So that's why when I started the company, I accepted many intern students, and especially international students. They come here, they want an internship, and then I provide opportunity for them. I train them. I, hope I what I experienced at early days, I want to make it up. And it's my way of giving back to the community.
So I guess with this, getting back to the Frethan platform that you developed, yes, you can, your premium product is, your China direct buy, and this sort of thing. And this is what you take the developers over there, and it seems like you enjoy it, and you're always going to do that. But that experience is now feeding back into here, that we can get particularly the younger generations involved in the construction industry. Even if they don't have a trade background, they can sort of get into it, because so this is something that with a lot of the people that you're particularly looking for who are the people that you're looking for your input for your tours, and you've got a workshop coming up. Who are the type of developers, I guess, you'd be looking for that? And who are the type of people that you're looking for to start using the Frethan platform. Yeah.
Well, you see, China runs the biggest trade fair in the world. They run twice a year called the Canton Fair. One is in April, one is in October. I personally will lead on 22nd of April and starting and then finish on 29th of April. That's what we call the VIP tour for Canton Fair and the China buying trip.
Oh, so you actually take them over, hold their hand.
Yes. So and that particularly we target at like builders and developers who really want to utilize the China construction material procurement and then save money for their upcoming project, or who want to see what's there and want to have a test drive. So to give people enough information to make informed decision.
I guess, yeah, that covers this sort of thing, but this is all of this sort of information that you're doing. That's your premium product. But looking for startups, is this a better place for them to start, the Frethan platform? Or?
No, not really. Frethan have now pivoted to the builders and developers. And so if you are just want to, boutique builder, boutique developer, and that's probably the process of using Frethan. And so literally you use us once and you can use us many times. And each of the project, we can help you save over 150 to 200K easily. And so Frethan have done the pivoting and it's now focused on builders and developers only. And so in your, like any other beginners area, probably the best would be buy my book or come to some of the webinar. On 26th of February, we actually have a Zoom session. It's free of charge. It's called Ask the Builder about like importing from China anything. We invited the builder to come along on the Zoom and then to share anything related for construction to China, etc.
Yeah, so I guess it would be the over 50s would probably prefer this, but the younger ones would prefer this. So if you've got apprentices or someone out there that's looking at completing their apprenticeship, they want to learn how to get involved with helping the business owner run their business. And a lot of builders, I know that it's not a matter of training up the competition. There's so much work out there for them now. But the younger generation that are learning how to use the technology, they want to know, they want the option of starting their own business, but at the end of the day, they want to work for someone that's been in the business for 50 years because they've done all this sort of stuff and they know that, okay, well, like, yes, I can use this platform, but they're going to be wasting money buying things they don't need and all this sort of stuff.
In that case, I would recommend send all those young people come to this information session event. So they may...
Because they're interested in the technology.
Yeah.
And then they can go back to their boss and say, hey, boss,
have you thought about this? Because at the end of the day, this is how that looks like. If you always go the same way, same old, you only get the same old results. Unless you're doing something differently, then you can create different results.
All right. Thanks for your time. Very insightful. Great to see. If they want to contact you, how can they get in contact with you online?
Yeah, I want to say the one last words. The Confucius says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Oh, that's it. That's definitely it.
So for you to contact us, you can contact us through China Direct Sourcing or Frethan Technology. So it's www.chinadirectsourcing.com.au, or you can contact via our office number 0733 921 421. 921 421.
If you want to get a job in the construction industry, turn up to these events. The world is changed by those who turn up.
Yep, absolutely.
And if you show up, the teachers will appear out of nowhere. We've seen that at networking events. And this is something that Lindy and I do. We never really do any deals at the networking session, but we always get follow-ups, and you've got to follow up and that sort of thing as well. So, all right. Thanks for your time, Lindy. Great to talk to you and great to catch up. And thanks for your time and fitting me in today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye, audience.